Welcome back to my Subnautica 2023 survival series. I'm Black Cat Red River. This is episode 10. Last time we went to the northern island, mostly to gather a whole bunch of shale, lithium, and diamonds. And we also went into the jelly shroom caves to look for some magnetite. Now, since then, off camera, I did a little bit of organizing around my base, cured some of the Reginalds that are now in our alien containment unit, did some inventory management, just in general, doing some organizing around the area. And we also added a couple new rooms. Another multi-purpose room off to the side of our original multi-purpose room. So we have a new area over there, which I will show you in a second. And we added some lockers, named some more of the lockers. But this new area is going to be basically our mess hall, cafeteria, that kind of a thing. I moved the radio into here, added a medkit fabricator. We've got, a table and chairs to overlook the garden. We've got our vending machine. And we've got a first aid kit, or first aid locker and emergency locker for things like fire extinguishers and whatnot. So I've got plans to add more off of there at some point, but that's a good start. And that gives you an idea of what I was doing off camera.
Okay, would you just say ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese.
Okay.
Now, that radio message that we just got is the one that actually gives you the passcode to the captain's quarters in the Aurora. But we're not going to go back into the Aurora just quite yet. We'll save that for another time, but that's how you get the passcode. This episode, I think what I want to do is go look for the things that we need to make aerogel, which is gel sacks and rubies. So let's just clear out that storage space in the Seamoth, put away all the resources we're not going to want to drag with us, and then we can get moving on a new mission. All right, so one of the safest and easiest places that I've found to actually find gel sacks is what I like to call, or what I tend to call, the elder mushroom tree, the giant tree in the mushroom forest. So there's a few ways you can go about zeroing in on the elder tree, if you will. One is that you can go to point 0 and follow a set of directions on your compass to get there. The easiest way really is using your beacon manager. If you have Lifepod 13 in your beacon manager, is to track that. But I set up a 0 point beacon for the center of the map earlier, and haven't really used that yet, or shown you how to use that. So let's head back to 0 point, and you can see, in terms of tracking the compass, the direction of the compass from there. But that requires you to already have a general idea of where you're going. But here is 0 point, more or less, where this large coral tube shaped like an ancient horn, war horn, sticks out. So from there, you basically want to go a little bit, a little bit west of northwest, maybe one click left of northwest, or you just track. I mean, the easiest way really is to track Lifepod 13. Lifepod 13 will take you straight to the elder tree. That's the best way to do it. But if you don't yet have Lifepod 13, if you haven't been clicking on the radio signals consistently, you can get there without it. And here we are. This is the giant elder tree. The bottom of the elder tree is not that deep, right? It's still within your 200-meter depth if you don't even have a upgrade on your Seamoth. So it's easy to get here early game. You don't need a depth upgrade, and just circle around the base here of the tree until you see these purple dotted round gel sacks. That's what you're looking for right there. From a distance they might look like brain coral, but they're not. They're smaller, and you just go grab them. Easy peasy. Make sure you don't use them all up. You want to actually plant these back at your base. Plant them in an external underwater garden plot, and then you'll have your own ready supply of gel sacks from here on. Now, it's a good idea to explore all around the outskirts, the vicinity of the elder tree, because there are fragments and little bits of wreckage here and there scattered about. So right here you can see there's a modification table fragment. And that gets us our actual modification table blueprint. Nice. If you are looking for modification table fragments, I think the other ones that I found for it were at a wreck near Lifepod 12 in a previous episode. You can go check that out. But here we have, as you can see, as I mentioned before, Lifepod 13. Very, very close to the elder tree. So yeah, if you have that on your beacon manager, if you have that distress signal, very easy to get here anytime you want. You don't need to set up a beacon at the tree. Just make a note that the tree is located at Lifepod 13. And as with all Lifepods, important to search the area around Lifepod 13 and the area around the tree. because there's all kinds of wreckage and all kinds of tech fragments that you can find. And right there looks like another piece of the modification table. Let's go grab it, even though we already have the blueprint. Yep, another piece. And another one. So that's 3 pieces, all 3 pieces of the modification station we found right around the base of the elder tree. And here it looks like a piece of the Cyclops hull, Cyclops submarine hull. Yep.
You are currently inside a long-calcified root system. Evidence suggests it was eaten away by other life forms over many centuries to form these natural caves.
So as you can see as well, you can explore inside the elder tree. There's very extensive tunnels that go into there. Just be careful, because you can get lost and run out of air. But I did find a cuttlefish egg there. Those are kind of cute little fish you can put in the alien containment and raise as pets. And there's another Cyclops hull fragment around the base of the tree here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And here we have our last piece of the Cyclops hull fragment.
New blueprint acquired.
All right, I'd say that was a successful mission to the Elder Tree. Came here looking for gel sacks, but found a couple blueprints for the modification table and Cyclops hull at the same time. So let's start heading home, maybe gather a few resources along the way. But that's basically all I came here to accomplish.
aboard, Captain.
Okay, so I can turn the 5 gel sacks that I found at the elder tree into 15 seeds by planting them first and then striking them with the survival knife. Each one of the gel sacks will produce 3 seeds. So basically, we've gone from 5 to 15. They don't take very long to grow into maturity, so I might as well get that out of the way, and then we'll have pretty much an endless supply of gel sacks for making aerogel.
Vital signs stabilizing.
So you can see here that the gel sacks are already basically halfway grown in the short time since we've been back. So I think what I'm going to do a little bit of inventory management and organizing again around the base here, and we will pop back shortly. Sometimes it's hard to remember what it is you're focusing on, but I wanted to make the water filtration machine, which we need aerogel for. So aerogel requires the gel sacks, which we just found and planted, and now we need to track down rubies. There are a number of places to get rubies. But one of them that's relatively easy to accomplish is at Lifepod 19. We have on our beacon manager there the signal for Lifepod 19. So let's just go ahead and mark that, change its color so that it's clear and easy to track, and get ready to head on out on the second part of our quest today.
Welcome aboard, Cat Systems Online.
Now, Lifepod 19 is at a depth of 300 meters, but you can go there and accomplish what you need to accomplish without a depth upgrade module. You can just park above 200 meters and swim down with or without your sea glide. You can do that. It's certainly easier with the Mark 1 depth upgrade, but it's not necessary. Now at this point we're still above 200 meters. We could remain there, but you'll see this large sort of drop off there, this hole. You can keep going, follow it up towards the signal for Lifepod 19, and there's a crevice here that you can go down into. Now you can just swim down there if you don't have the depth upgrade, or you can nose in your sea moth and take it pretty much all the way down. The Lifepod's there, it's not rendering. I think I have to get a little bit closer for it to show up, but it's actually right there. But as you can see, all around this crevice, you can see these red dots, which are the rubies. So there's rubies and crystal and other kinds of rocks all over this area. It's a little easier to spot them sometimes without your lights on. But you can just swim out and start grabbing them. I would recommend you have your survival knife handy, ready on your hotbar for reasons that will become apparent.
New blueprint acquired.
Nice. The ultra high capacity oxygen tank will give us even more breathing time. Never a bad thing. And that's why you need your knife handy. It did a fair bit of damage to me before I could actually strike it off of me.
Integrating new PDA data.
It's worth noting that there's an actual gel sac right there, so I could have accomplished the gel sac and the ruby mission together by coming here. Although I'm not sure if that's a guaranteed location for gel sacs or just a random spawn.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
2 more gel sacks spotted in the distance there. So this may actually be a decent spot to come grab those as well as the rubies at the same time. So we managed to find 16 rubies so far, just in the crevice that the Lifepod 19 was located in, which is pretty good for one run. But you can also, it's also not a bad idea to search, as always, the area around all the Lifepods. There are wrecks worth investigating in the vicinity as well, like this one here on this ridge above the crevice.
New blueprint acquired.
So just in this one little area up on the ridge here, we found thermal plant fragments, prawn torpedo arm fragments, moon pool fragments. Inside the little wreck was some lab equipment, a data box with the CYCLOPS fire suppression system blueprint, power cell charger fragments, modification station fragments, and so on. But there's also an even larger section of wreckage in the valley below this this ridge here. All kinds of stuff down here, very close to Lifepod 19.
New blueprint acquired. New blueprint acquired. blueprint acquired.
Okay, let's just take one last quick look in here in case I missed something. We already found some good stuff in here. The reinforced diving suit, the rest of the power cell charger, the rest of the prawn suit torpedo arm. There's all kinds of fragments that I haven't bothered to pick up. Just because I can't carry too much more in terms of titanium. But that looks like maybe that's about it for inside here. Okay, so I'm up to about 18 rubies now, and I've also spotted some more gel sacks there. So a fair number of gel sacks in these crevices. But that might be good enough. I think that's a pretty successful run here. I came here mostly for the rubies. Got a lot of fragments and blueprints. Probably missed a bunch. I didn't do too thorough a look at the wreckage, but we can always come back. I think it's probably time to head back home and see what we can make now. Okay, so we're coming up on home base here. When we get in there, I'm gonna probably go off camera for just a few minutes while I do some inventory management, because there's a lot of stuff to put away, and then I'll just come back when I'm actually ready to start making some aerogels and maybe the water filtration system. Okay, see you in a moment. Alright, so now I have added a few storage lockers, renamed some things, put away all the rubies and so on that we've found, and now I'm in a position to see about making some aerogel and our water filtration. All right, we've got the aerogels we need for the water filtration. We don't yet have all the ingredients we need for our reinforced diving suit because we can't make the synthetic fibers yet. But we can make our water filtration system. Having said that, this episode is already over an hour long, so I think we'll hold off. We'll maybe make our water filter next episode, along with doing some other new quests, and this might be a good place to wrap this one up. So until next time, safe travels out there.